Hey everyone, I'm Philip Curry and today we are making an epic pecan pie. This is a classic American fall-time treat full of pecan, a brown sugar filling and flaky pastry. So as soon as our tart case is out of the oven and cooling, we can start toasting our pecans. So it's just a light toast at 160 degrees, so we need to drop the oven temperature. And this is really just to crisp them up. We're not really roasting them as such. I find pecans can burn a little bit easily, so this is just about giving them a nice bite and a light roasted flavor. I'm roasting the nuts for the filling and the nuts to top and finish the tart together, and then I'm just going to pick out the best ones for the top and put everything else in the filling. For the rest of the filling, I'm going to just blend all the ingredients together. You can do this with a hand blender, a blender, or I'm using like a NutriBullet. So we've got brown sugar, maple syrup, we have some plain flour, corn flour, sea salt, some coconut oil, vanilla extract, and silken tofu. It's really easy, we're just blending everything together. And then I'm just pouring everything into a bowl. As soon as my pecans have cooled, I'm just picking out 150 grams of the nicer ones. Just the ones that are whole. Sometimes some of your pecans might be broken. Pecans. So then we can set these aside, and then the rest of our pecans can go into our paste. You can coarsely chop these or not, and then just mixing it with a spatula until we have, and pouring them into our tart case. And just making sure we get everything in, because our recipe is just enough for a 23 centimeter tin, and just spreading this around so we have a nice even layer. Then we're going straight back in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. For the final stage of the pecan pie, I've got some glaze that I've had in the fridge, and I'm just going to melt it in the microwave. And I'm just brushing a tiny bit of maple syrup across the top of our tart case, just making it a little bit tacky so that my pecans stick. And then I'm going to work my way around the edges. Now this part can be a bit time consuming. It's worth it because the finished result is pretty spectacular. Now there is actually a wider side of a pecan, and you want that to be on the outside so we get as nice a pattern as possible. It's always a good idea to have your larger pecans around the edges. Gives you a little bit more wiggle room to adjust your pattern in the middle. A fact I've clearly forgotten here. And so that amount in the recipe is just right. And as you work your way into the middle, you can kind of have a slightly overlapping rosette pattern. So there we have it. We have a beautiful kind of circular pattern. We're applying a nice generous glaze, just a clear glaze. It's going to hold the pecans in so we can cut through nicely, and then give it the most beautiful kind of illustrious shine. So just gentle dabbing motion, kind of working your way from the inside out. Be generous, you do want to fill all the gaps. And then when we're ready, we can just pop it through the base. And there we have it.